Well, another gorgeous day out here in the dog park. There's actually, in this one I go to in Lexington, there's actually two parks. I'm on the first side. You normally see me walking on the other side, but I started off on this side. Uh, as the summer gets closer and the spring continues to develop, you're going to see more trees getting blooms and stuff like that. But just wanted to give you a quick view of this side. Over there is where you'll see me doing my walking. And can you see my finger? Right there is the tree, and right there next to that tree is where the cross is. So you can get a little bit of a bearing. Let me see if I can zoom in enough to even get a view of the cross. No, can't get the cross from here. But maybe as I'm talking or later on when I do a pause, I can get another shot of the cross. Okay, back on the other side where I normally like to do my walks, but got a quick view of what this other half of the park is. And it's kind of interesting, So it's like kind of like sometimes reflect our personalities. We only let people see certain parts of us and not the other. Now, not that one side of that park or this park is any worse than the other side. This one just happens to be a little bit bigger, so it fits for me as far as being able to do my walking. But I showed you before how the trees haven't fully bloomed. And sometimes I think that's a challenge that we have as individuals, is that we hope that people won't see our barren spots, that it'll cover up any flaws. If you go inside where some of these trees are, like if you look behind me here, there we go. When that's fully bloomed, you can't even see inside of there. But when you get closer and you look inside, you see a lot of the barren spots, a lot of the places where the light isn't shining and grass can't grow. It doesn't look as pretty as, when this place is fully in bloom. And there's where I think we as human beings have to remember that while we're all created in the image of God, we sometimes have to understand that there's parts of us that are not nice. They're kind of ugly. They're kind of, ew. I've got the cross behind me right now. One of my favorite spots is take some time for meditation. And this week I've had a lot to think about with the passing of one of my favorite singers, Bill Withers. When I first came out here, the first thing that came to my mind was his song, Lovely Day, because it is a beautiful day out. It's bright sunshine and clear skies and warm temperatures. Really appreciating the beauty of this world that God has created, even with our issues with social distancing. But I also thought about another song, which really hit home to me last night, Lean on Me. Got a call a little after midnight from a friend who was in a hospital. He had drunk himself into a stupor. And he was relating to me in one sense, he was trying to kill himself. He's dealt with substance abuse problems in the past, and now with all the social distancing and the coronavirus challenges of being separated from people, he just wanted to kill himself. I said this a couple of times, I'll say it again. Social distancing does not mean social isolation. It's the worst thing that you can do. There are ways that you can still reach out to people. Phone calls, emails, texts, driveway moments. Yeah, why not have a little party in your driveway? You could still be able to sit and have conversations from a safe distance. But sometimes our pride gets in the way. So I was thinking about that song, Lean on Me by Bill Withers. There's a line in there where it's like, swallow your pride. God created us with emotions, but sometimes we let our emotions get in the way. We let our pride get in the way. We don't want to admit that we need that connection with people. We don't want to admit that we need somebody to lean on. We want to be independent. We want to be strong, especially men. I'm not saying it's not an issue with women, but especially we men, we've learned how to be a strong, silent type. But no, you got to be able to move beyond that. Sometimes the brush and the foliage can hide what's barren inside, what's missing. The fact that we're not letting the sunlight in, the fact that we're not letting, those things that can nourish us in. And this is just an example. You're up close. Yes, we got the nice greenery, but what is that greenery really hiding? What are we trying to, not let the world see? And look, we all got things that we try to keep private. But is that what we're trying to keep private? Also denying us a chance to live and to grow. And this is again where it comes back to being in communion with people. To not just because you have faults, hurts, and hang-ups. And because especially now with the issues of social distancing, cutting ourselves off from people and places and things that can nourish us. Letting whatever it is cut off the sunlight that's essential for us to grow. Pride is a terrible thing. And the Bible says, pride goes before a fall. But how many times do we let pride get in the way of really growing in the ways that we need to grow? If anyone had a reason to be prideful, that's Jesus. Jesus was God, and yet he still came down to us. Look at how Paul put it in Philippians chapter 2, verses 7 and 8. Instead, he gave up everything, even his place with God. He accepted the role of a servant, appearing in human form. During his life as a man, he humbled himself by being fully obedient to God, even when that caused his death on a cross. Wow. Last night, I had friends from across 4 different states gather together online, and we had a wonderful time playing video games, laughing and cajoling and playing with each other. But when I got the call at midnight, I kept saying to myself, well, what did I not do in being a friend to my friend who decided he needed to kill himself? How did I miss something? And what about his pride? What did his pride tell him that he didn't know how to reach out, and that the only way to see resolution was to die? I've said it before and I'll say this again. Social distancing doesn't mean social isolation. But we have to get past that pride barrier when challenges come. That cross over there behind me is the ultimate symbol of breaking through pride when Christ died on the cross for us. When you get a chance, read Psalm 139. It talks about the fact that God knows everything about us. Our good points, our bad points, the mistakes that we've made, the mistakes that we will make, and he still loves us. Even if you can't find that individual to reach out to, always know that in prayer, God is there with you, and you can't hide those barren spots from him. He knows it, he knows it, he knows it, and guess what? He loves you anyway. That's it from the dog park today. Everybody be good, be safe, and remember that God's grace and love abides in all of us. Peace, love, and soul. Bye.